Hi, I'm Keith, and welcome to my art studio. Please stick around for more than 30 seconds because I'm going to show you how I made this troll goblin guy here. If you follow my page, you know I do tutorials. I'm going to show you exactly how I did this. This is pencil, a lot of pencil, a little bit of ink wash, a little bit of paint on that brown halftone paper. Please stick with me. Please follow me. I do appreciate it, and here you go. I think this picture will be the one that gets me to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. This is a YouTube channel. I'm also on Instagram. Instagram doesn't do much for me. I don't know why. It used to be a pretty good channel for art, but it's not doing anything for me. But anyway, with this, I'm doing a troll slash goblin. And I'm using a fat black magic marker. Now, that sounds like I'm making a poster, and this picture is cheap. Because, you know, who would make a work of art out with a marker pen? Well, recently, on my trips to the art store, I've discovered there's aisles filled with marker pens. And I'm sure marker pens have been around for a long time, but I was surprised at different kinds and styles and all the kinds of marker pens you can get. Now, I only use the black because I'm trying to emulate the look of comic books. I like the darks. And later, you're going to see that I use, right here I'm doing cross-hatching with a thinner magic marker. Actually, it's a brush pen. I got that for like $3 at the art store the other day. I love the brush pen. It's easy to do cross-hatching with it. It's wonderful. You should pick one up. This black brush pen. And anyway, I am putting in my darks, bringing my background image, and then here I go. I'm taking my black ink out of the bottle. And I'm kind of loving the way this looks. I've done black ink with a brush for a long time, so I'm really used to how to do it. I use the razor edge for my thins, and I turn it to the flat side, get my thicks, because I really want it to look like comic book art. I don't own a lot of comic books. I don't really follow any comic books, but I'm familiar with the way their artwork looks. And I like it, and I try to emulate that look a lot. So right now, I'm just working on the image, getting my darks dark. I'm thinking this black ink is going to make it really dark, but the problem with it is the paper that I use sucks up that black marker pen and ink so much that it doesn't really come off being super black. It dulls it down, it lightens it up about 10%. Right now, I believe I just used was that my pencil or was that some paint? But right now I'm using my orange colored pencil. I recently got into colored pencils about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I'm still learning how to do it, how to blend it, and how to do it. One thing I like about colored pencils is the amount of control I have. I have more control with a pencil than I do with a brush. But I use both because I'm into mixed media art and I use all kinds of things. So I'm liking the way the colored pencil works here. I really do. And it allows me to get into places where I probably couldn't with a brush and get different looks and techniques I couldn't get with a brush. But later on, I add the brush anyway. So now I am going over with a brown. I want to mix some brown in with the orange over that brown. It's a different shade of brown paper. And this came out looking, it's hard to describe the look. It's not sepia tone, but something like that. I like the overall tone value of the browns a lot. And later, I add some, right there, I'm adding some green. The green is as if there was a light to the right side of your screen, a light shooting from that side, and it kind of backfills. Normally I use blue for that, but I decided to use green. And that looked pretty good too. So next on my plate, I got my, it's my airbrush paint. What it is, this white airbrush paint, I bought it in a bottle. It's pure white, but I don't use it for airbrushing because I haven't owned an airbrush since 1983. But this paint in the bottle allows me to just be able to brush my highlights on without having to mix acrylic paint or water it down. It comes pre-mixed and I like it for that. And what I'm doing right now is I'm adding some ink wash. You're probably thinking to yourself, why are you going to add some ink wash to this if it's already brown? Well, the browns come through that picture anyway, around his face. There's all kinds of spots where it comes through. And I wanted to add the ink wash just to add a little more darkness so the highlights would pop off. And I think it came out pretty good. Now I'm adding a little bit of white to the whites of his eyes. So I'm zooming in so you can see me do that. Now I'm adding some hair. And the hair on this guy is white and crazy. He's like a 1980s pop star goblin. And I'm adding a few more knickknacks here. I'm adding some highlights with my white pencil. It's kind of a last minute touch just to make sure everything that I want to pop does pop. And it does not overdo the whites. The first picture I did like this, I way overdid the whites and it almost looked like he was in a snowstorm. But this one, I just kind of, I was sparing and I just wanted to do just enough so the image would look like it was 3D and was popping off the page. And I think I accomplished that. I'm really happy with this. So please like and subscribe and get me to 1,000 followers. I really would appreciate that. Now that picture would look great on a magazine cover or a book, don't you think? I do. Thank you for being here.